Welcome to Live Coach Corner. You are joining me for the seventh installment of our 1 month conversations on building an ecosystem for organizations, high impact organizations like hospitals, schools, churches, LGUs, and other organizations that are facing multiple people multiple times a day. If you are new to Life Coach Corner, this is our community service here at Life Coach Philippines International. And here in Life Coach Philippines International, there are three things that we do. We train coaches, we coach leaders, and we help build coaching ecosystem. And why coaching ecosystems? Because when the ecosystem is not ready for any transformations, or it is ill-founded on a structure that is not able to support change and transformation, then no amount of training, no amount of coaching will thrive, specifically for organization that is high impact and highly populated and with a lot of people and deals with a lot of human beings. Now, for the entire 31 days of December, I am here to serve and consider this as a strategic conversations with me. Since 2017, if you are just coaching borders with me, since 2017, I've been helping individuals to become professional certified life coaches. I am a CPD accredited service provider, and I offer co-actively co-create life coach certification program under the CPD group, and this is with 40 CPD credit units. That is valid all over the globe, not only in the Philippines. Now, since 2017, when I started my coaching professions, I've been helping individuals to become professional certified life coaches. And many of the professionals that I have encountered, specifically those coming from high impact organizations, want to do coaching, want to learn coaching, and want to be a professional coach, not only for themselves, but for their organizations. I have met countless of well-meaning individuals who wants to learn coaching because they want to go back to their organizations, they want to go back to their institutions, they want to go back to the workplace and help their colleagues, help their people, help the management go through transformation. Now, over the last 5 years since pandemic, we have seen a massive growth in desire of many people to be part of the helping industry. So life coaching or coaching has been registering a double-digit growth since 1998, and since 2017 when I joined the profession, it has never failed to register a double-digit increase over the years. And life coaching is still the second fastest growing industry in the world next to IT. Now, we can understand that IT or information technology is still the number one. It's considering as well with the acceleration of AI. Now, life coaching or coaching remains to be at the second because right after the pandemic, we have seen as well the surge in the need for help, the need for mental fitness, the need for people to be supported in terms of their stress and burnout. We have seen massive growth with people going through tough times, and we have seen accelerations of the quiet resignation. Okay? Quiet resignations, or these people who have already resigned before they tender their resignation paper. Okay, so quiet quitting, we would say. Many people have already resigned themselves and say, I'm not here. I am just going through the transition. I am just looking for the next person to replace me. I am looking for the person to carry the load for me. We have seen this. And for some people who are also going through the quiet quitting moments, this is also the time that they would get some training like life coaching. This is also the time that they would get additional support. This is also the time that they will go out on their way and find help so that when they transition, when they leave the corporate place, they do not feel guilty that they just vacate or they just run away. Now, over the years of seeing people, okay, getting training, getting professional coaching, getting help in many ways, okay, because they want to go back in the corporate world, they want to go back to the workplace, they want to help the colleagues, many of them feel disappointed. Many of them have encountered even, okay, ill treatment. Many of them were not received well. So tonight's conversation is about, are you ready for coaching ecosystem? And when I say, are you ready? It means, are you ready as a person? Are you ready as part of an organization? Now, to learn coaching, to use coaching, okay, to practice the skill is one thing, but to have an entire coaching ecosystem embedded in your personal life, becoming it as a lifestyle, or having an entire, a full-scale coaching ecosystem incorporated in the operating system of your organization is another thing. So there are people who would say they're ready, okay? And I've seen students getting into the profession say, I'm ready. I'm ready for change. I'm ready for transformation. I'm ready to be coached. I'm ready to be trained. I'm ready to get the skill. I'm ready to go through the process. I'm ready to trust the process. But many, after a while, throw the towel sooner than expected, at least sooner than they expected. Okay, and why? Because readiness is more than an emotion. Readiness is not about you feeling ready. Readiness is not about you thinking you're ready. Readiness is not about you saying, I have friends, I have people, I have colleagues, I have, I have a stake in here and I'm ready. Readiness is about your desire to live in an ecosystem where coaching is part of it. Okay? So it's not just like a hat that you wear, okay, and you take off. It's not just a skill that you use when it's needed. It's not just about the title that you conveniently call upon and declare when you want to help people. Okay? So a coaching ecosystem will help you bring into conversation your operating system and what needs to be assessed, what needs to be recalibrated, what needs to be tweaked, what needs to be helped, okay, in terms of infrastructure. Okay. So if you are joining me right now, help me reach out one person in an organization who do you believe have a heart for change? Who do you believe have passion to help people? Who do you believe is the go-to person in the organization? Who you believe as well have a stake for conversations like coaching? Not everyone is ready for coaching. Not everyone is ready for conversation about coaching. Not everyone is ready to embed coaching ecosystem in their organization. So if you know someone who is there, if you know someone who would benefit from the conversation, do me a favor, don't keep me a secret, tag them, share the link, and if you have been watching since day one, okay, see, this is already the seventh installment, tag someone who do you believe should be hearing this. Okay, so probably that person have not received or have not looked into your invitation. Maybe that person is not having a conversations with you yet, but you still believe that that person needs this conversation. Do not get tired. Have a conversations with them, and I encourage you right now to tag them in the comment. Now, another person that I want you to have a conversation right now. I want you to have a conversation in your mind, okay? In your mind right now as we go through checking the readiness of the person, of the organizations for a coaching ecosystem. I want you to have a conversation in your mind right now as you are listening with me. Those people that you normally encounter in the hospital, in the school, in churches, in service industry, in your LGUs. I mean, bring to your mind right now a conversation you recently had with these people. Okay, so what was the last conversation you had with them? Have you remember them sharing with you some changes, some wish of programs, project that they wish they can implement or could be implemented in their organizations, but they feel they're not getting the right support. Now, have a conversations in your mind. Remember those people right now. Have the conversations and see, okay, as I share with you the test, okay, if these people are ready for change, ready for help, and ready for coaching ecosystem. Now, readiness is not mood. Readiness is not just an agreement, and readiness is not just something that you aspire. Readiness is a testimony. Readiness is a declaration. Readiness is something that you need to assess so that you can recalibrate, so that you can build the right infrastructure towards readiness. Now, give me a yes in the comment if you already have one person, at least one person in mind that you can have a conversation about readiness. Maybe the term is not coaching ecosystem yet, but people who are ready to be helped, ready for transformation, or ready to expand their heart and start helping people professionally. Readiness is an outcome, okay? Readiness is an outcome of clarity. Okay, so if you notice from day 1 to day 6, yesterday, I have been unpacking, I have been defining what coaching is, what coaching ecosystem is, what are needs, what are the gaps. Because readiness will only come when all elements are clear. Readiness is an outcome of stability. Readiness is a result of leaders, stakeholders being confident that their organization, even if getting help, it means that their organization is not falling apart. Let me repeat that. Readiness is having your leaders, your stakeholders confident that even when you get help, it doesn't mean that your organization is falling apart. Most of the time, we see people say, our organization wants help. Our company wants help. We're ready for you. We're ready for coaching. So this is across from my students getting training. This is across organization reaching out to us and saying, we need coaching. We want to see coaching. The problem is they feel ready to have something grafted, something patched on to their existing operating system, but they're not ready to incorporate an entire coaching ecosystem. So let me repeat that. Coaching is an entire ecosystem that needs to be plugged in to a corporate or to an organization's operating system. It is not something that you will just graft it. It is not just something that you will patch on. It is not something that you will take on as a by the way, okay? Or even mistake as part of what your clinic would be doing, your chaplain would be doing, your team leaders will be doing. For coaching to be effective, for coaching to be end to end, for coaching to be getting, okay, for you to be getting the optimum result of coaching, where people get the results, people get help, people get the know-how of getting their support, and people are not hiding when they need support. It needs to have an entire coaching ecosystem embedded in the entire operating system of the company. Now, if you are not yet sold about coaching ecosystem being plugged in to an entire operating system. Think about how many organizations you know. Maybe that's your organizations or organizations you know that have embedded or have hired uh, psychiatrists, psychologists, or an organizations where their employees can contact, where their employees will go when they need support in terms of mental health, in terms of emotional burden, in terms of managing grief, in terms of burnout or stress level is going up. A lot of organizations have experienced this. They end up the year, they end up the contract, they end up the engagement, and they think it's time for another service provider because none of their employees have availed of the service. And it's just like having a retainers and that never been used, that never been valued by the employees. We have seen companies hire subcontract an entire organizations, an entire group of coaches, psychologists, practitioners, and they finish the entire contract and no one even dare to use the facility, the options. Or how many of you have experienced this? You create an event, you create a program, and you end like employees are so excited during orientation. You get the rah-rah, you get the yes, you get the joy, you get the yes, finally we have it. But when it's time for them to avail the service, they have second thoughts. They would have all the excuses why they're not availing the support and the help that the company is giving. So today's conversation, I'd like to give you 5 tests, okay, of readiness. Okay, so let's test if your organization, if your office, your group, or maybe if you are the owner, are you ready? Are you ready for coaching ecosystem? So I'm going to give you 5 tests. And these 5 tests will help you look into what else can be done. What else should be done before you make an investment in implementing coaching, support in the entire organizations. Maybe you're tired. Maybe you've tried many things. Maybe you have already spent money. You have already invested. And you're thinking, could there be a change? Okay, now, I want you to understand that when you put, okay, when you start putting coaching ecosystem, like any change, like any improvement, like anything new in the organization, there would be resistance. So let's agree first. Can you just put in a chat box in the comment resistance? Okay. So like anything in the world, when you start embedding something, you will start receiving resistance. So it's kind of when you're having a conversations in the board meeting, when you're thinking, when you're planning it, when you are putting that in the table, everybody is excited, everybody is saying yes, let's do this. And then you go on a training, maybe you hire a company, maybe you have already signed a contract, and you start seeing resistance. Okay, so please, okay, know that it is something that you need to expect and you need to prepare because, like anything, it is inevitable. When people are not clear, when people are not confident, when people are taking things for the first time, there would be resistance because they're fearful. of what the outcome would be, how it would impact them, and maybe they are concerned about the role that they have been performing for the longest time. So if the person is the team lead and the person is the who the company considered to be the coach, if the HR is the one calling the shot for every activities, specifically on mental health, and then you're now embedding an entire ecosystem, you would expect that would there be questions of the role, that would be questions of are they still important, okay? Or maybe you have people in the organizations who you call the go-to people, the go-to persons, okay? And they would start questioning themselves. Am I doing less? Am I performing less now? Am I not able to do what I used to do? That's why the organization is getting an entire ecosystem. Okay, consider an entire coaching ecosystem embedded to our operating system. Please, okay, know that this is expected. So the first test, if your organization is ready, is leadership response to truth. It means, okay, can your leadership identify where there is moral distress, where there is policy fatigue, where there is workload overload, where there is schedule damage, where there is ethical tensions, or where there is burnout triggers? The first test is, can leadership respond to truth? Most of the time, when these things starts to happen, or these things starts to be manifested, or when these things, these signs becomes very visible, most of the time, the response of leadership is to be lukewarm about it, to put it on the side, in denial, cover up, or more of questioning themselves. Have we done enough? Are we at stake here? And all the questions. Now, you are ready. Your organization is ready when leadership can say, we can see the pattern. We can see where we are right now. This is our truth. And we are reacting to the truth with confidence and not out of threat. It means that they know that whatever they have done in the past, whatever they're doing right now, it's not necessarily wrong. It's not necessarily off tangent or no longer but important or significant. It's just so that people evolve, technology evolve, people change, and so the climate in mental health, in the domain of mental health, have changed through the years. Test number 2, the condition of the middle management. Now we normally see this, hospitals, schools, BPOs, churches, LGUs, where middle managers decide whether a position survive or not. And in this token, they decide whether coaching as a skill, coaching as a practice, coaching as part of the entire organization will survive. Now, it would take middle management to look into discipline. Will they be vulnerable when discipline needs to be done? Will there be adhering that disclosure means gossiping? Will they be in a space of no longer tolerating the silence of their employees, or even the bad mouthing of their employees, their subordinates against management. Now, no top, listen, no top level directive can save an ecosystem when middle management, that level in the entire organizations, would intentionally collapse it. There needs to be vulnerability. And most often than not, it's the middle management who crush it. So when your middle management is in a state where let's do this, let's do this with a change of heart, with vulnerability, with intention to correct what has been, so that the entire organization not just survive but to thrive, then you pass the test. Third test, clean role boundaries. A coaching ecosystem needs a clean role boundaries. It means if we want the entire organizations to heal, okay, your HR will be more than just a trauma containers. The chaplains or the pastors that you are hiring or getting to be part of your organizations to minister to your people, they are not just there for psychological damage, or they're not there to talk about God away and apart from the real day-to-day concerns of the people. But you see, when you start defining this role and you say, you're not just a chaplain, you're not just a pastor, and so you can minister to our people like this, and but here's the boundary. When you start doing that, again, insecurity rise, question rise. But people start to understand that if you are a mentor, your primary role is the functional activities, the functional health of the employee. Sure, you can nurture. Sure, you can give some notes. Sure, you can care. But if you go beyond your role and your responsibility, you are risking yourself to have emotional load that is not yours to care. And this is also putting yourself, you as the mentor, at risk. So think about for a moment all those boundaries crossing the line because everybody wants to help, because everybody wants to be part of everything that's happening, because everybody wants to expand their heart, because everybody believes that doing everything means you care for the company. And when you stop doing it and you start putting boundaries, it means that you are less. All of this is a sign that you're not ready yet for coaching ecosystem to be embedded in your organization. So the moment you say, I want to start incorporating coaching, maybe you have sent someone to be trained, maybe you have sent someone to train your people, or maybe you are intentionally putting coaching as part of what you're doing. These tests needs to be passed. You need to pass the test on clear role delegations. Like you are super clear who does what, and the boundaries are set, and everybody knows that these boundaries are needed, these boundaries are beneficial, and these boundaries means as protection. Test number 4. Are you ready? So if you are getting So much value here. Your stars, your generous giving of the stars, your generous contributions to our GCash and our bank account is appreciated. We always say that giving is a lifestyle that never goes out of style. So if you are also one person who wants to support us in what we are doing, then you are welcome to give us your generous contribution, and your love you give is so much a welcome gesture and something that we honor. Test number 4. Now, this is very important. Test number 4 is, are you like being clear about referral and protections? Now, when I say referral and protection, it means referral is permitted and the person is protected. What does it mean? Most of the time, when a person go to us and ask for help, remember this, go to person. Most of the time, when an employee go to this go-to person or to the team lead or to the boss or to the manager, it feels like doing the referral and saying, go to this department or go for coaching, go for counseling, go for therapy. It feels like it's a downgrade for them, or it means that they are less than who they are. Your organization is ready for ecosystem, for coaching ecosystem, when referral is permitted and done without guilt. And you know that these people who are giving the referrals are protected in terms of their merit increase, in terms of their performance appraisal. We have seen and heard people also complain and report that when they refer people to level up, to seek help, outside help, it is taken against them. Can you connect with that? It feels that they're not doing their job. That's why they need other people to attend to their subordinate. Now, it's important that people knows that the reason why they are doing the referral is because there are differences in caring, in providing care, in providing support, in providing help. There's a difference when a manager, a team lead who's in charge of functional performance of the person does the counseling, does the grief management. There's a difference when a chaplain, a pastor whose govern and domain is spiritual starts talking about finances, start talking about relationship at work, start talking about how to deal with employee and employer grievances. See, this need for referral is a protection for everyone. It protects the person getting help, and it also protects the person making the referral. And test number 5. Are you ready for test number 5? Are you ready for coaching ecosystem? So here's the test number 5. Can your organization, or can you let go of the desire for control? The problem, the concern, or the feeling of not ready to have a coaching ecosystem embedded is losing control. When you send someone to your HR, there is set of parameters that you can control. When you send them to psychiatrists, when you send them to psychologists, to therapists, to counseling, and even for coaching, there are parameters that you can control. But when you embed an entire coaching ecosystem into your operating system, you lose the control of determined or predetermined results. You are in control of where people go and get help. You are in control of the process. You are in control of the SOPs. You are in control of the room. If you are control of the elements that needs to be controlled, but you cannot control the results. You cannot say this must be done by this. This must be the result. This cannot, because coaching respect the ability of the person to get through the process and get results on her timing, on her way of responding to change, on her way of taking action. And most organizations are not ready to let go of this predetermined results. They want it done when they want it done. They want it happen the way they want it happen. They want to control the very output. Now, when you embed a coaching ecosystem, you are saying that the entire organizations will be equipped, that the entire organizations will be empowered, the entire organizations will be ready to get help, to go through support and help process, and the entire organizations is okay to go through a process of healing where healing needs to be done. Because all of these 5 tests, it might, okay, feels that you're not ready. Sure. And the only thing that's keeping you not ready is your desire or your intention to heal from all these things that makes you not ready. Each of the tests can be passed when you say yes to healing. You need to be healed. You need to be going through the process of healing so that each of the process, each of the tests, each of the requirements to pass the test can be handled. Hence, my offer is, or my proposition is at 12 months. I said, build a coaching ecosystem in 12 months or in the year 2026. This is not something that you build overnight, but it is possible. There are parameters, there are tests, there are requirements, there are principles, there are rules, there are guidelines, and all of these things are possible when you say yes to a healing process. And it begins with you saying yes to your own healing. Most of the time, we are scared about change in our corporate space because we are also scared of change in our personal space. Internally, we're not ready for change. Therefore, externally, we are also expressing or responding in a way that shows we're not ready. Help is available, but it starts with you saying, I'm ready for help. And if at any point in time you feel you're not ready, at any point in time you feel that you need a conversations to process how you feel, how you think, and how you see things, 0939-919-2235. We can have a conversations. You can make arrangements for us to go through each of these elements and assess further. Now, if you are the go-to person in your organization, if you are the person now carrying the load, if you are now the person right now going through all of this, and you're feeling the stress, you're feeling the burden, you're feeling the burnout triggers happening more and more, more and more often, okay, this is the time that you have to start thinking about yourself. It's not just about getting coaching yourself, but being trained, being equipped. So before we talk about embedding coaching ecosystem in your organization, let's get started with you being equipped. So if you are the go-to person in your organization, I am giving you an offer. I'm giving you a once in a lifetime first ever offer of 50% scholarship grant. It means, okay, you can enter the profession, you can learn coaching, you can become a professional certified life coach. Visit www.lifecoachphilippines.com and the entire package of our certification program you can avail at 50% off. That's a scholarship, that's a personal offer from Master Coach A. I want you to start taking care of yourself so that when the organization say, yes, we're ready to incorporate coaching ecosystem and our operating system, you are ready, you are equipped, and you have already started going through the process of your own personal healing. You've done a great job. You've been carrying the load. This time, I'm inviting you to seriously consider saying yes to yourself. And so, if that is you, drop me a letter, send me an email, connect at mastercoacha.com. Send me your desire, your intention, your application for scholarship. I'm going to slash 50% of the total tuition fee, and you will still get the entire package. This is the time of the year that I want to give something of value specifically to people who's been carrying the load. Let's all build a mentally fit world, starting with your organization and with you saying yes to your personal healing. So this is Master Coach A. Maraming pong salamat for being part of Life Coach Corner. We've been doing this for the longest time. This community service is for you. And at any point in time you have questions, you want some more conversations, I encourage you to visit our coaching hub. I am in our coaching hub right now. We are located inside Pioneer Center compound along Pioneer Road, corner Brixtons and United States Capitolia, Pasig City. We are open from 3 p.m. to 3 a.m. So we're here right now. There are other coaches in the house right now. So if you are within the territory, you're within the area, you're invited to come over, visit us. Let's have a conversations that have some truly assessment of your readiness. But allow me to get started with you and your healing journey. Master Coach AC saying maraming pong salamat. Share your hashtag Back My Bag moment, your insights, your aha moment, your eureka moments. But more than anything else, share this link to the stakeholders in your company. It will do some heavy lifting for you. So this is Master Coach A. Maraming pong salamat. Saying love, bam boom, love, bam boom, love, bam boom. Good night, everyone. Thank you.
As a business owner, are you overwhelmed by the need to post beautiful, engaging content every single day? Are you left wondering what to write? Tired of scrolling through stock photos that all start to look the same? Confused by complicated graphic design programs? Rise Up Creatives is here to help. Each month, we give you everything you need to create 31 days of social media content in just 5 minutes a day. Customizable captions, curated lifestyle photos, a drag-and-drop graphic design tool, and the ability to post directly to your social media accounts. No one else empowers you with these 4 resources all in one place. Each month, we help you plan your social media calendar by providing you with 31 image themes and customizable captions so you can quickly and easily create engaging content and grow your following. Simply select the image that works best for your feed or story. Then, copy the caption and customize it to fit your audience. 5 minutes a day. It's that quick. Plus, you'll absolutely love our drag-and-drop graphic design tool. Start from scratch or choose one of our beautiful templates to fit your unique brand. When you're ready to export your design, you can download, email, or post directly to your social media accounts. Here's the truth. Our world needs what you have to offer. Don't let technology or procrastination hold you back. Rise Up Creatives is more than an online resource. We're a community helping you overcome your biggest barriers to reach your greatest goals. We're here to help you rise up and be creative.